Hello everyone, and we're here with Quest for Glory.
It's totally not King's Quest.
No, I like that game series too, and we'll go a little more into the game as I go along, specifically while we show the introduction. For now, though, I'll just read this for the fun of it. The software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, programmers, musicians, and lots of other hardworking folks. And I
Yep.
appreciate all of them, because this game is good. If you make copies of this software for any personal reason other than to make a personal backup, you're not only breaking the law, but raising the cost of software for all legitimate users. Please do not make illegal copies of this game.
And that's why Greedy bought it off the Good Old Games, and I'm going to be buying it off Steam. Most likely. Buy your games, folks.
Buy your games, that's a lesson here. Unless it's abandonware. And, I mean, this is a DOS game, by the way. And sometimes you can't even buy DOS games anymore. Oh, by the way, you'll need the information...
Gaia 2, I own. The game I plan on doing after this, guys, I own that too. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, by the way,
you need the information
contained
we keep
in the
doing
printed
this.
documentation to successfully complete this game. In other words, it's not just the law, it's a good idea. Which GOG does give you the documentation you need. Though, technically speaking, this game is actually one you don't need that for, I think. Or maybe they took that out of the GOG version, I'm not sure.
I remember way back when you had the feelies.
Yeah, the copy protection.
Yeah. I remember the one I remember the most, because I had to deal with it the most, was Master of Orion, where it would just randomly stop you and say, hey, what page is this ship on?
Yeah.
Go to the book, go to the instruction manual, flip through it.
Fun times. Let's see. Wanted hero for the village of Spielberg. Anyways, so first off, thank you all for watching again. This game is amazing, and I freaking love it. Oh yeah, I think this is pretty much just the credits. Oh well. This is the introduction now. It has very epic music, and that's the most important thing.
Indeed. One must be epic.
So, what we're going to be doing here with playing Quest for Glory is we're probably going to play one of every single class, starting with the mage, but...
We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna start with the mage, and if we feel like we like it, which we probably will, because I know Greenie just loves this game, we'll go through with the other classes.
I do love it a lot. That being said, this game is going to have a lot of dialogue.
Oh no, I've gotta read dialogue.
Yeah. Well, I like reading dialogue, but the thing is that, it is one of those few cases that I might actually not read every single line of dialogue. Because if we're in the middle of a conversation and I examine something, and, like, neither of us really want to sit down and read it, like, you know, there's just some times where I'm like, I might just want to not read everything, you know? And this is one of those few games that I'm just... Hopefully everyone's okay with. Maybe I'll occasionally skip a line. It's fine.
Look at that stance.
Yeah,
this swag.
Also... Yes, I also love these... Okay, why is it, like... Do I have... What?
Is the keyboard doing
something? Cancel? Yes. Okay, that was... The character select screen's a little weird here. Magic user.
Swag.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and... Yes. So I will explain this from a point. Actually, we do get to name him. I could just name him Green Bean. Or I could name him Swag Man if you want.
He's gotta be Swag Man. Look at that stance.
Swag Man.
Yeah. Maybe whatever you want, man. I was just joking around.
Alright. I think we'll switch around the names. First one, I'll just outright name Green Bean. So this is one of the interesting things about the game. You have points available, and I think I'm going to play every character as to their character as you can. So I'm not going to do this, but actually Quest for Glory 1 lets you spend points into things you shouldn't even know, like as that class. So technically, I could be a mage with stealth who can pick locks, but fuck that. I just want to be a mage. So I'm
Yep.
probably...
There's also a glitch in this game that we do know about. Don't worry. That lets you, in essence, have some of everything.
Well, it's not really a glitch. I'll actually show that now since you brought it up. Specifically if you pick the Thief class, because the Thief class knows the most skills of any class. And there's only two things. They do not know magic, and they can't parry. So, spend 15 points each, and you know every skill in the game. Just that easy. I need to learn to turn my phone off.
And the other thing is you can train everything in-game. It just takes time and practice. So you could literally beat the game however you want if you did this. But that's boring, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah, that kind of beats the point of picking separate classes, and it's something that you can actually only do in this game. In the later games, because you can, even in the other games, do it, but they make it a lot more expensive. In this game, it's only 15, so it's not even that hard to do. But I think I'll just...
I remember you can actually carry characters over, and that's pretty cool.
Yes, you can. That's the main reason, like, technically speaking, if you wanted the best possible character, you would make a character who is good at everything in the first game, and carry him over in every game, and always still have that, oh, I can do literally anything I want to. But, we're not gonna. Huh?
I said, but that'd be boring.
Well, I mean, kind of. In a way, it's cool. Like I said, it breaks the class system, so I'll mostly just do, think all my points into magic and intelligence, or would you spend stuff elsewhere?
I mean, I don't know at all, because I haven't actually played the game before, and the only person I've ever seen play it before did the trick, so I don't know. I mean, everything can be trained, right?
Yes, everything can be improved.
So we'll just go with it like this, and we'll train when we need to, right?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I do remember, as a mage, my biggest downfall is going to be that I'm squishy.
Squishy!
Yes. So I don't want to completely get screwed over by not being able to take a hit. So I'll spend a decent amount into vitality, and then the rest into intelligence and magic using.
Also, you need to remember to save early and save often.
This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. So,
but
I think...
Is he the sheriff of Nottingham?
I don't know, but this game has a lot of narration, so I think... we'll play, if you're okay with this, I think I'll play the narrator and you play the characters.
I can try to.
Fair enough. The man with the pipe greets you.
Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many youngsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we could certainly use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest.
Let's see. What does he? Oh, he doesn't have anything
You
to
got
say.
no response. He don't want to talk to you. He's yo-yoing. He is lost in the land of yo.
So most important thing in this sorts of games, of course I'm going to turn the detail up because I think my computer can handle a DOS game. Also going to turn that speed up because otherwise your characters move fucking slow as shit.
Are you sure your computer can handle a DOS game?
I don't know, man. Are you sure
I'm
I
not
should
certain.
turn the speed up? I mean, look at this fucking swank
Oh
ass
my god, no.
movement.
No, we are not playing that. Turn that
I,
right.
why would you ever play like that though? The speed movement being all the way up is pretty funny.
I can
Like, look at how
only
fast that guy
remember one
launches.
game. It was like one of the Leisure Suit Larry game. No, it was one of the Space Quest games
Oh,
where
hey,
you want.
look, a cat
Oh, kitties!
person.
Welcome, welcome, traveler, to Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin at your service. May you find what you seek here.
Cool.
Yay, kitties!
Yeah,
This is officially my. This is my officially my favorite game ever now.
Woo.
Cause furries.
Who doesn't love some good old furries?
Half
So,
the internet.
kitty guy, what do you look like? You see a small cat-like creature known as a kata. You've heard that katas are common in the southern deserts. So we'll actually be seeing more of them in King's Quest 2 and 3, which I think specifically 2.
Oh boy.
Can I touch him? Think better of it. Those claws look sharp. Aw. You see a
Aw, we
sign
don't
that
get to
says,
pet the cat.
please don't touch. Besides, Shamina's watching you. Well, red fire purrs happily in the fireplace. Alright, let's talk to
Did
him.
you just call it a well-read fire?
I think so.
I didn't know fires could read.
I know that either. So
think it said
here's the
well-fed
inn,
fire.
but I don't actually... Actually, I think I do start with money. Yeah, 4
gold
gold,
pieces and
10.
silver.
So that's good.
5 food rations. That's good. A
Actually,
leather jerkin.
Do not remember food being all that big of a deal in the game. Like, I will try and stock up some, but I remember you kind of end up... Oops. You kind of end up getting food a lot. How do I leave
Having
again?
trouble finding the exit.
Is it this?
Isn't that it?
No.
Is it the thing in the back?
Could have sworn I left from the bottom of the screen. Maybe it is the thing in the back. No. Hey, Shamin, how do I fucking leave?
Ladies and gents, you found the first boss of the game.
No. Yeah, I thought it was like the corner of the screen. That's kind of weird. How fidgety they made that. It's actually more so than I remember. Huh, I actually forgot you could... Oh, can smell apples as you approach this corner.
Good day, and welcome to Spielberg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits or vegetables?
Yeah, girl, I'd like to buy them fruits.
Oh, yeah. And
Uh,
immediately the tone just goes.
no, but seriously.
Father won't let me date strangers.
Aw.
I guess we'll just have to not be a stranger anymore.
Yeah, what's your name?
I am Hild, daughter of Heinrich Perfidin. Profederal.
His name's pretty intense. Like I said, though, this game will have lots and lots of reading, so hopefully most people don't mind that.
My father is Heinrich. I'm never saying that last name again.
I don't blame you.
We have some land to the north of town. It isn't very big, but we grow many things.
Cool.
Also, I believe she's a centaur.
Yeah, she is.
You should be here during harvest time. Then you would see many fruits and vegetables.
Alright, what about your mother?
My mother has been dead for 3 years now. I still miss her. Well, good job, douchebag.
Hey! No, it's fine. Now that I know her mother is dead, we can date.
Thank you, but my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it. But perhaps next year.
See? There we go. Talk of dead
Yeah,
mothers totally gets her going.
We'll just have to talk to her father about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is ye olden times. We can probably just give her father a couple of silvers and we'll be good.
Exactly. Oh, I can ask more things. Wait, no, I already knew that. Something else, market.
This is where I sell things from my father's farm.
Yeah. How
Do
do I
that
buy
already.
things from you?
We have many kinds of fresh vegetables for sale today. There are carrots, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes right from the ground at 5 for a silver. They are very good for you. We also have some apples.
Buy some apples.
God.
I mean, she's
No, you could
basically
ask about
Apple
all sorts of
Bloom.
vegetables, apparently. They have twice robbed my father of his money, and they have tried to steal our food during the winter. That's because we farm outside of town. Well, of
That's
course you farm
okay.
outside of town. It's very hard to farm inside of town.
Yeah.
The brigands would not dare try that in town. The sheriff would stop them fast.
Well, there's also other reasons they wouldn't try that in town that we'll get into later.
Our
How
spells don't seem to
far?
work.
Huh?
Our spells don't seem to work here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess I forgot about that. I guess we'll go into it now. Yeah, there's a magic like seal on the town, so basically you can't like. That's the excuse for you can't attack NPCs. There's some magic in the town, so you can't do anything aggressive to anyone, basically. Anyways, do
Yep.
I give you money?
I think the
Yeah,
same
okay,
thing
there we
happens
go.
if you're
That's
a
what
warrior and you
happens.
try and stab somebody.
Yeah,
It says
exactly.
that there's something that stops him by
Okay, so yeah,
apples or
just show
vegetables.
people my money.
That's some apples.
Yeah. I might soon, but first, this looks like a dry goods store, but it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crispy day. Behind the counter and on the shelves, there are a variety of items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. What an asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you coming in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. I do try to stock some things adventurers can use. I actually would rather be an adventurer than a shopkeeper, you see. My items are pretty ordinary, though. You probably already have most of them if you've done any adventuring at all.
Not really, I'm new. I just happen to look really cool. I mean, look at my sweet cape.
No capes!
But it's so cool. It's like the best thing about the character model. Like
No capes!
Aw.
Don't
Actually,
make me link through the video. I'll do it again.
uh fine. But let's ask about his equipment.
Unfortunately, I have only standard weapons and equipment. I carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magic ones, though.
That'd be cool. But actually specifically I think we do. Yeah, we have a dagger, right? This is just one dagger.
Yeah.
I think you can throw
Yeah, it's a dagger.
But that chain armor is actually, I think, the main thing I remember ending up, wanting from him. He also sells
really,
generic food, flasks,
something.
which, actually, I think we want flasks.
Yeah, I think we do want a flask. Here you are. Thank you for your patronage.
But yeah,
I don't think
armor
we
is
need the armor.
super expensive as fuck, but,
And we're
it
not a
is
warrior.
very useful. Huh?
Not a warrior. We don't need no stinking armor.
It's good to have, I don't know. I actually forget if there's any restrictions on equipment in this game, actually. I'm not sure if I'd, like, if that would be wasteful to buy the armor, but I remember it's really useful to have. I guess I can keep talking to this guy. There's not a whole lot of, like, anything you really... Like, of course, in town, there's not a lot of just generic items you can take.
Ah, the use of the dagger is most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers.
Okay. Oh, actually,
ask-
chain armor.
You can get really good protection from my chainmail armor. It's very heavy, though, and I would have to charge you 500 silvers for it.
Yeah,
I see, it's very heavy. I don't think we'd be able to carry it.
Yeah, does the game... Actually, I think might be something...
We're now carrying 25 pounds.
You
We
can
can carry
carry
up to
forward.
25 without getting a severe backache.
Okay, so actually this game does have weight limits, and I actually do think as a warrior, since you're stronger, you can carry a lot more, so I think you're probably right. I think, I wouldn't even be able to carry the chainmail right now. I don't think, this guy has that much relevant to say. I'll see with the brigands, though.
I don't like to talk about other people behind their backs.
Even people who are, like, stealing from the town and stuff? Okay.
Apparently. The sheriff and Otto protect this town. The sheriff used to be a real adventurer, you know. So much for not
Cool.
talking about people behind their backs.
Yeah, I know. What about Hildy? She's pretty hot.
Hilda sells fine products for a reasonable price.
Cool. Alright, later, man. Um, there you go. For whatever reason, this game's actually more picky than I remember with leaving screens. Luckily, you can control it with the keyboard, actually, which I don't normally do, but it makes it easier to go back and forth between screens. Actually, there's, like, not much you really need here. Scrubby place must be an alley. It feels strange here, colder than the rest of town. There are some barrels discarded here. A beggar holds out a bowl towards you.
Alms! Alms for the poor!
Man, it's a gross
What
looking
happened to
beggar.
his eye?
I don't know. Save. I'm just gonna make an extra save spot, that I really need to.
Always save in separate
Yeah.
stick action.
What was that? Maybe I could give, like, I guess I'll give him the money.
Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring all the trade away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is not take up begging. It just doesn't pay. And don't go out at night.
Don't take up begging. It's not a very honorable profession.
A word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath.
I'm, like, honestly half considering not even going into the tavern. You do not get anything of worth for going into the tavern in this game. I'll go in just to show it,
You've got to save, then get the dragon's breath.
Okay. Grimy window lets a little light in this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt, and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar to right. Two gamblers are playing cards. Bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. Yes, this place sucks.
Yes.
The only thing it's worthwhile is for thieves later, but that's maybe spoilers? I don't know, I don't think anyone cares. Tender's ignoring you. Maybe it's best to sit down first. Yeah. I don't even know if I can afford it, actually, but I will save first.
Don't overwrite slots, dude.
I mean, that was a slot from like 2 seconds ago.
Alright.
And I didn't do anything in the meantime.
Yep, 25 silvers, you can afford it. You want to mug a dragon's breath? The house rules say it'll have to be cash up front.
Yeah. Oh wait, I do come with the catch.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher, a friend here wants dragon's breath.
I don't remember if, I don't even know why you can do this aside from just the amusing death it can involve.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I won't say more until it happens.
You've never tasted it? Nope, go ahead, you're
I've
doing
never
that.
tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. Dead. Talk about a fiery brew. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the dragon's breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game.
You know,
this feels like basically an excuse to show you this game is bullshit and you'll die fucking constantly. Cause
no, it's just, it's general, it's...
Hmm?
Yeah, it's just, you try and actually speak. Yeah, it's just a case of, you know, there are things that will kill you in the game, and sometimes they're funny things.
Well, yeah, no, I know there's sometimes funny things, but a lot of things that can kill you in this game are actually useful, or at least actual obstacles. That's a case where, as far as I know, there is never a use for Dragon's Breath, or even ordering anything from the bar. Like, I don't think you get anything from it. Just die. Either way, an important thing to do is the guild hall. I mean, look, it's the Adventurers Guild. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters. Saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls.
The terrible Antwerp!
I do love that one. You see a registration book on the table, and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guild master. He is snoring. Alright, so first things first. I gotta sign my name in here. Sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish.
Well, you've gotta have a flourish.
Exactly. Oh man, it's a dragon up there. He did say that. Even in death, this monster remains awesome. That's for sure. Dragon, slain by Baron Stefan von Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. Nice.
Yes. King's Quest, Quest for Glory, like King's Quest, is very silly.
He did it again, guys. This guy is...
I play a lot of adventure games, but I'm going to do it... I'm gonna start alternating saves more when there's an actual reason to. I don't want to alternate saves every 2 seconds, or I'm gonna have a million save slots. Because I save every, like, 2 minutes or something.
Ah! I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome! It's so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed.
Well, that's all the more reason to be here as an adventurer, isn't it?
Humph. Yes, as I was saying, where were we?
The guild hall.
This is where an adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. There are many jobs on the bulletin board over there. It's also a good place to talk about adventures on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well, but there are too few adventurers in Spielberg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old.
That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna have to stop trying to do voices. It's starting to hurt my throat.
Ah, sorry to hear that. I mean, I can take over if you want. There's a bit more voicing of people here than I realized. I could be this guy if you want.
Please do. I need to drink something.
Did I ever tell you about the time when Schultz and I rid this valley of Antwerps? Yeah, we were real adventurers then, and this was a real guild hall. Now we are just old men, and this is just a place to tell old stories. This guy makes me super sad. He's just old. You can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look at our walls. There are trolls, griffins, cheetahs, manta rays, and goblins wandering in the woods. Actually, I don't remember ever seeing a griffin last time I played. I wonder if there actually are griffins in there. I hear there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in the valley. There was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here, but we are just too old for that now. Jeez, you can talk to this guy about a lot of things. Trolls. Trolls are very tough, fortunately. They only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night, which is actually important to keep in mind. Early game, we do not want to go out at nighttime.
No, not until we're super badass awesome people who can handle that sort of stuff.
Exactly. Currently, I'm probably gonna struggle a little bit with goblins while I get used to how wizards play again. The Saurus is a monster easy to avoid and easy to kill for a skilled adventurer. Actually, I think wizards are one of the easier ones in combat. The main thing is I'm just gonna have to rest every, encounter until my magic skill gets good enough that I can spam spells. Ogres are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright, though. Goblins are not tough, but when they gang up, they can take out an unwary adventurer.
Oh
This is
dear.
kind of true, but I remember there's actually a point later in the game where you can fight a lot of goblins just kind of for a training ground sort of thing, and I think I killed like 8 at the same time or something. When you get skilled enough, the goblins are really fucking easy.
Well, it's the same with any game, really.
True enough. Cheetahs are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed. Okay, so, I mean, honestly, besides goblins, those things sound scary.
Yep.
Those weird things are magical. They are best avoided. But I'm
Mentrails,
magical.
Saurus Rex.
Don't mistake those things for sauruses. When they come at you, it is sometimes best to run away. What do you have to say about the bulletin board? Over on the wall are some jobs posted for adventurers. Some have been there for a long time now. There just aren't too many good adventurers around here lately. Rewards. Now talk to either the Baron or the healer about that. Healer. Her house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman. Cool. Castle. Castle's just north of the healer's house. Yes, it's... The healer is an important character.
Alright,
the castle's important too, but we'll be looking at those later. Trophies. Schultz and I killed most of the monsters on those walls.
Yay.
I'm not gonna ask about all of them again, but I'll ask about, like, most of these are basically, we've already talked about them, but we'll ask some of the interesting ones, like Dragon. One day, years ago, a pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. We adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielberg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see on the wall, and the other one flew off. I hear people see that other dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but it has never dared to attack us again.
Oh dear.
Curious. Antwerp. The valley was overrun by these odd monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of the things. We might have failed, even so, had it not been for those 2 peculiar tourists who came to our aid. Tourists. They said they came from some place called Andromeda. Must be some place south of here. I guess they certainly were odd. I know that's from another game. Was that like a space game?
The 2 guys from Andromeda were, I believe, I think it's a reference to the people, to a Sierra employees, but it's also, yeah, a Space Quest thing.
Okay, Space Quest. I knew it was another one of their games. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Moose. That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off.
Yeah, it's the 2 guys from Andromeda is the name of the guy. It's the team who made the Space Quest series.
Oh, that's cool. I find that funny. It was the most vicious moose I've ever met. It nearly bit my nose off. That's an intense moose. Troll. I remember the day I killed one. It was the biggest I had ever seen. It put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall. What are you gonna say?
Apparently, they've actually made they split off from Sierra and made their own. Yeah, they reunited in April 2012, and along with their co-founder, formed Guys from Andromeda LLC. Their proposed first release is tentatively titled Space Venture, and expected to be an adventure game set in space, a spiritual successor to the Space Quest series.
Oh, cool. Are they still a thing, or did that die off? What do you know?
What, the possible adventure games set in space? I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah, well, that's because you said it was 2012, and I'm like, I know it takes a while to make games, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Like when you hear about that, I'm like, 2012, should I expect that they're dead, or should I just expect that it takes a long time for, like, a small team to make games? Maybe, I don't know. I'll look into it later. Watch out for cheatars! I bear the scars on my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still is stuffed, and I am still alive. You sure were a badass. Saurus. Remember when Hans killed the one there? It was a tough fight for him. Alright.
So here we are. It was successfully funded on June 12th, with in February 2013. After a series of personal and family hardships with the team, Space Adventure was delayed multiple times. As of March 2017, the game remains unreleased, and no further commitments to a release date have been made on the project's Kickstarter page. In March 2017, the team says it is committed to completing Space Adventure, but has multiple items in development. They released Cluck Jaeger and Escape from the Planet of the Pultroid on Steam on November 9th, 2015. After it was successfully greenlit by the Steam community. A tie-in to Space Adventure, the game is described as a parody of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, I have to look up to this now, but
yeah, we're gonna have to
real quick, I'm going to read off.
I'm sorry, that's the end of that. I was just, Wikipedia.
Okay. Reward for the return of the lost ring. Inquire at the healers. Let's see. 30 coins for the capture or death of the Brigand Warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has a habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Poster is rather dusty and faded. The picture is of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at the... Oops, no, I wanted to keep looking. Wanted brigand leader. Description: unknown. Appearance: wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward: 60 gold coins and title Hero of the Realm. Okay, so that
I think I see final quest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is our quest. That is the ultimate goal, is to kill the brigand leader and become Hero of the Realm. Notice, spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. Which, I mean, it's important to keep that in mind, because if you don't, the ending can actually seem a little sudden. Because there are a lot of other things you don't have to do to technically beat the game and become Hero of the Land. Now, I'm going to try and do all of these, because they all are pretty relevant for the story, and I think you can complete literally all of them in any playthrough. But this is the ultimate goal, no matter what else happens on this, in our quests. Oster seems to have been here for a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. It seems a little judgy. Like, look at this young man on this picture. What an arrogant asshole. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the turn of Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. Alright. So... We'll figure all that out later. I think this will be probably where we end. But I think I'll finish exploring the town, which won't take me much longer, actually. There's one more important place I really need to, go to. One more important NPC. And then I think I'm going to, head out and start, well, basically doing some training.
Yeah, 40-minute episodes.
Yeah, well, probably that'll be a norm for this, honestly. This is going to be a game because there's so much talk. There's going to be a lot of... The entire first episode was basically, let's explore the town. Hopefully no one finds.
That's old Sierra games.
Yep. So, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you all next time.
Yep.